Time management mantras continuation. In order to economize the wastage of time, we have to make a list of things to be done. This list should be prepared at the beginning of every week on a Sunday, and the list should be kept with us. And as we are completing each and every job, at the end of the week, whatever is left over should be carried over to the next week from the next Sunday. Then next comes, what is the best way to do anything? Normally, we try to allocate our work to somebody else to do our work. This has got its own advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is, since you are allocating somebody for a work, you can continue with your routine work without any interruption. At the same time, it so happens that if you ask the other person to do a work, he may do it according to his own convenience, and he may take his own time. He may even procrastinate, or when there is any necessity for urgent decision or modification of what should be done, he may not be in a position to ask you, or he may not, even if he tries, he may not be able to contact you. This again leads to wastage of time. So it is better, maximum whatever the work we have to do, we will do ourselves, so that we need not blame anybody else for not doing the work. This will reduce the time taken for the work and avoid misunderstanding. Moreover, if we do the work, we can take instantaneous decisions and finish it immediately. Also, just introspect how much you or we lived in the real sense of word, a quality life in this world so far. Let us imagine a person lives up to 60 years. He actually spends at least 30 years in the sleep. Another 30 years we have to take into account different types of work undertaken and the struggle undergone in schooling, the college and the training activities, then going for the job and completing the job, everything actually mopping up all our energy. At least this will be 20 years out of that 30 years. So remaining only 10 years is left. So we have only 10 years of fruitful life, that is quality life, where we have got our me time, where we can have relaxation activities, where we can have family time, and so on and so forth. So this is a bit alarming, because at the end of 60 years we are left shocked that 30 years is gone in sleep, nearly 20 years is gone in all struggles of life, and only 10 years we have lived. So at least after 60 years, should make it a point that 60 to 70 years is my years, when you pursue those activities which you could not follow because of a tight schedule during the previous regime and during your active working in the office, etc. Some people have a passion for music, some people have a passion for sightseeing, some will have a passion for learning various arts and crafts, painting, etc. So at the end of the day, at least we should stop in the track and then try to have a little different way of life after 60 years, so that life is less stressful and more pleasurable. Then be a happy multitasker. Compared to men, women are very efficient multitaskers, because they are able to manage both for home front and their office front and balance it very nicely in such a way that even a pizza tower may envy them. Men should learn the tricks of multitasking from women. Women should learn to be less emotional and more practical like men. This will help both of them to mutually respect and help each other without any blame game, and make the rowing of the family boat an easy, pleasurable task. Men should not hesitate to wash the baby and the vessels. Women should not despise cleaning the car, garden, etc. for a change. The best form of rest is said to be change of occupation, where we just move from one work to another, so that we don't fall into a monotony. Wherever possible, women can opt for online jobs so that there will be no communication, no need for commutation. There will be more spare time which will be used for taking care of the kids and her own health. They can spend quality time with the kids. And moreover, it should be remembered that woman is given a privilege to work in the office as a matter of her right. At the same time, she should not forget her duty as the prime mover of the home, because she should be the man always has been the breadwinner. Women can share that breadwinner job. At the same time, they should prepare the bread. In other words, they should not hesitate to cook for the children, because health depends on what we eat. And most of the time, the nuclear family women go with the family to the various restaurants and eat there without knowing the source of the food, and also may be rich in masala as well as oil, which may spoil the health of the entire family. Children may become obese, husband can become hypertensive. So women should never delegate the responsibility for cooking the food. She can teach her husband also, so that alternate days they can cook. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, woman can cook, and other days husband can cook, and Sunday they can go out for eating outside. That way, we can have a well-balanced life where we are able to enjoy the outing as well as the hotel food on a holiday, and other days we are having the homely food which will not in any way damage the health of the family. So women should always know that they are the Annapurna of the family, and they should be very happy to cook, because after all there are 86,400 seconds in a day. At least they can spend some 10,000 seconds for cooking activities. Then, with regard to management of time, we can classify human beings as online, fast forward, reverse gear, rewind, and flashback. So, according to me, there are only 3 categories of these people in this world as per their time management, which is also linked to their health. So, online people are people who fully oriented to the present. They know the present is the present from God, and hence become fully involved in whatever they do, that is mind, body and soul, and there is all the 3 in the same wavelength, and they find happiness as a karma yogi. They don't waste time worrying or ruminating their past. They really live in every moment, every second happily. So, next is the fast forward people. They'll always worry about what is going to happen in the future. They will be union place and one work, but they will be always thinking about some other place and some other work at some other time, thereby not living properly in the present. These people are liable for more stress and health risks, because you know why? See, Bhagavad Gita says mind, body, soul should be in the same wavelength or the same line. So what you think you should tell, what you tell you should do. So that is Bhagavad Gita's teaching, to avoid the disparity between all the 3. Now, if a person thinks of the future and then lives in the present completely, this will lead to excess stress. Stress will produce more steroid hormones, cortisol in the body. Once the cortisol production is increased, the first thing that happens is his tummy size increases. So when the stomach goes forward, health goes forward. When the waistline increases, the lifeline decreases. This is what happens. So because of that increase in the abdomen size, they tend to have slowly, one by one, the diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemia, especially high level of triglycerides, and they may also tend to have over a period of time thyroid problem, and over a period of time when heart attacks may also happen. So the disparity should be avoided between mind, body and soul, and whatever you do whether you do a pleasurable job or unpleasurable job, do it with full dedication, full concentration, so that it ensures a proper health, both physical and mental. Then we have got the rewind people. Rewind people are those people who transiently live in the past. For example, husband and wife will be starting for a movie. Suddenly they will start talking about each other's relatives and get into a quarrel. Then they go to a movie just not to waste the tickets. There will be one movie on the movie screen and each one have another movie inside their mind. And in the present day scenario, this squabble or the quarrel may end in a divorce also, if not timely intervention is not done. So rewinding is like rewinding a tape and going into the past and coming back. Reverse gear is the most dangerous. These persons always lament about the happenings of the past, seldom realize that the past can never be rectified. They are always in a blaming mode and mood, thereby spoiling both the present and the future. See, there may be a person who has been very rich. He has got a Benz car now. He is traveling the Benz car. Instead of enjoying the Benz car ride, he will actually look in a reverse gear in the past and say, I had tattered shoes and then I had torn clothes. When I went to school, I never had food, this and that, and always lament on the past, so that he is not able to live a happy life now, and this stress will make him a diabetic. His driver will be comfortably enjoying the Benz car, eating good food, whereas this fellow will be a poor man who is living in a big mansion. These are people who are liable for major cardiovascular problems like diabetes, obesity, etc. Most of their life and time is spent in worries, and life will be loaded with negative feelings and happenings. Both life and time becomes a colossal waste for these people. Then there is one category called flashback people. I may be sitting alone. Suddenly I'll have a flashback of my past childhood when actually my mother or father scolded me or beat me. Then I have a transient tear. Then another moment I may think of all the rewards and awards I got in the school. I'll have a transient smile. This is called as flashback. So people living in the past can be classified into reverse gear, rewind and flashback. All the three are more or less bad only. So past is only a guidance for the present, and present, the more we work for the present, automatically the future is taken care of. We need not think of the future and then go into a fast forward mode. No, I just want to tell a joke on time and life. The secretary of a state went to a busy doctor's clinic where he was waiting for nearly 2 hours. He sent a note to the doctor asking the doctor to see him on a priority basis immediately, stating that his time is very precious. You know what the doctor did? The doctor wrote back, I agree that your time is very precious. At the same time, I think your life is more precious than time. Please decide which is more important for you. That means doctor wants to call him only when he wants to call him, maybe after another hour. So he didn't budge. It goes without saying that the doctor called him nearly after another 2 hours, and the person patiently waited, understanding that his life is more precious than time. This is a true incident The life of a very famous doctor who was my professor, my teacher, my mentor, Professor A.M. Selvaraj, a great unsung glory of a very great man. Because why I am sharing this is that much of a professional pride he had, that much of systematic he was, because he had to think about the person before he enters the clinic so that he can make decisions in a solid manner and relieve the person's sufferings. Thank you.